Hi, my name is Michael Coles, and this speech topic covers should welfare recipients receive drug testing? My wonderful audience is Michael Thorne, Jason Langer, Nicholas Tarrant. As you all may have already heard, Florida recently became the first state to require adults applying for cash welfare assistance to undergo drug screenings. As stated by Governor Rick Scott, it's not right for the taxpayer to be paying for somebody else's drug addiction. The most powerful argument against the new law stems from constitutional standpoints. Organizations such as the ACLU have argued that the Fourth Amendment protects citizens from being searched without possible cause. As the amendment reads, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation. I'm particularly describing the place to be searched and persons or things to be seized. Even if implemented, there are serious doubts about whether the law will have any success. Will the law actually redirect money to children? Will it lessen drug use in the welfare households? The answer in both questions is, at best, maybe. The new law stipulates those who fail the required drug testing may designate another individual to receive the benefits on behalf of their children. I should state up front that I believe making drugs illegal is largely a mistake, with the exclusion of several hard drugs. There is simply no good reason to consider many of the commonly used recreational drugs, such as marijuana, more dangerous than tobacco or alcohol. Arguably, marijuana is the safest of the three. But this is an issue for another essay. So let's focus on more of the practical questions concerning the new Florida law. The new law, according to Scott, would ensure cash welfare funds go to their primary target, which are disadvantaged children, and also provide incentives for welfare recipients not to use drugs. The sentiment driving Scott's reasoning is admirable. There are needy people, and the government is trying to help them. But many are abusing this act of kindness by using the funds on drugs instead of their children. Yet there are problems with the basic logic of requiring drug tests for welfare recipients. But most of the compelling question to me is, why drug test poor people? Governor Scott's arguments hinges on the concept of benefits. The state is providing aid to a human being in need, and that human being should prove he is not spending any of the said aid on drugs. Yet, as State Representative Alcee Hastings notes, there are many groups of people who receive such benefits from the U.S. government. If Governor Scott wants to drug test recipients of TANF benefits, where does he draw the line? Are families receiving Medicaid, state emergency relief, or educational grants and loans next? Of the possible options, why choose the poor? It would seem more reasonable to subject educational grants and loans to such standards, or defense contractors who make billions and are given license to kill in foreign countries. Or perhaps we should test lawmakers and judges and other people of that nature. Or for that matter, why not test every American citizen? In some sense, we all benefit from living in this society, whether financially or socially. Of all the possible options, there seems to be no compelling reason to pick on the poor. We could find drug users in many pools of the population, requiring an entire group to be tested more than once. If one adheres to any sort of concept of free will, then it must be true that people have the capability to control their own lives, to a point. Placed in lower standards of living, every human will have a tougher path with less opportunity. This likely means that you will be slightly more prone to use drugs. Or maybe it just means the cops pay more attention to you. Be as it may, this is the most likely result of your situation having been largely outside of your control to begin with. My point is this: many of the problems associated with welfare are not problems because of welfare, and while welfare may not be ideal, it is necessary and fixable. There are many ways to improve the current welfare program, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts and comments.